Alright, supposedly, looks like I've started. Sounds like my sound isn't so wonderful though. I'll double check on that. I've got some kind of short in my microphone. Oh well, good enough. Yeah, so I've been playing with a couple new techniques in Moho that I picked up from a woman, I'm trying to remember her name, Dana. I'll post it at some point or tell you about it, whoever's watching. But really cool stuff, and it makes because I learned all of them in Illustrator, and honestly, most of them apply here. I really love the workflow, but Illustrator is something that I'm so backwards in because I'm so used to doing my vector art in Moho. Oh, that is good tea. So yeah, it's a little different. Hopefully, I'm not gonna just like totally screw up doing this because people are watching, which I've noticed I tend to do a lot. I get all like, there's people watching. It was never like that before, but all of a sudden it just seems like I've got a little more of that happening these days. I've just been drawing here with the freehand tool. I don't have pressure sensitivity on this tablet in Moho. I do on everything else, but Moho, for whatever reason, does not want me to have it. So I'm still doing some sketching here, doing some final sketching. It's not really the final, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out, what is my, and now I've got this lag again, darn it. There's this weird little lag that keeps kind of happening to me in Moho. Like I'll start drawing and it will kind of stop every now and then. And it's got to be I don't know if it's a driver thing or a graphics card thing. I don't know. It's just annoying. That's what I do know. So, just drawing out some things here. My the guy's idea of the body here. And yeah, there'll probably be some kind of, see how my pen is kind of stopping and starting. I don't know if it is because of my graphics buffer, maybe. That's possible. You can just come to the display and turning off the GPU caching, and sometimes that helps. Nope, it looks like it's still doing it, so it's probably not that. I'm also going to come over here to my project settings and just see if maybe the resolution, because last time I had a problem at all, resolution really changed that fact. So I'm just going to knock this down over to 1080p, and maybe I should take it down the other way though and find out if that actually works. Hey, what's up, dude? But so yeah, I'm trying to just get an idea of what's happening there. It's still happening, but yeah, see, my pen is just kind of lagging. Kind of strange. But like I said, there's some cool techniques that I've been playing with that just seem to, I don't know, really speed up how I work in Moho altogether. I think I'm just going to do a little kind of math on him real quick. And let's get him a schnoz. Perhaps, the eyes that I have drawn here can work. I do have smoothing turned on. You can see that popping in and out. I gotta read your maybe No, I've never had. It's got to be something in Moho because I don't have this problem in literally any other program. So, who knows? I did a restart too, which kind of surprised me that that didn't fix it. See how it's stopping and starting? And it could be I'm just, it shouldn't be that I'm drawing too fast. I don't even have a stroke or a style or anything on here, which I was thinking maybe that's what was doing it before. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? So, what do you, I was going to say, what, your stuff is going well, it seems like, over there. That's cool. Man, I have so many projects that if we were in the same spot right now, there would be much things to throw at you. You'd be like, dude, slow down, there's too much. I'm not even kidding you. Oops. Yeah, it's projects I am starting, projects I need to finish, stuff like that. Alright, so he's a lot more normalized. I think I want the arms longer, to be honest. We're just going to snap these, move them down. Because why wouldn't I do that? I love the fact that you can do that. Drop in a couple extra points if you don't mess it up like I just did. It's been a crappy day kind of for me too. I don't know. It's my attitude really. I just kind of get in this mode of I can't do anything right, and I shouldn't. It's when I get in that place, just watch out. It's not really where I want to be or whatever. I don't know. I mean, there are worse days, worse things that could be happening, etc. And I don't know. Guess I'm just kind of humanish. I won't admit to being human, but the human-ish part of me. Come on, thing. See, that lag really kind of screws things up. Alright, so I think for a sketch, that's kind of an okay layout for what he's going to be about. So, the cat's in the back yelling at me. So there was my undersketch. Under my undersketch, I thought I've had 4 of them now, and had to have some tea. That's good tea. Anyway, let's see. So I'm gonna throw on another layer here. This will be my actual one of my inking layers, I guess. Not sure. I might as well just do a head layer here, and this sketch layer now. I'm going to, of course, knock it down so it's good in about 20%, something or other, something like that. And do this nifty thing called locking the layer. Can you? I swear I know you can, right? What's this for? Is that a lock? Wait, are you the one who told me you can't lock layers in here? Because if I can't lock layers, I get used to Illustrator and being able to lock and unlock layers. Maybe I don't need to lock layers. No story with him. It's literally just a little pudgy dude, honestly. Yeah, because you asked me about locking, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, wait a minute, no, you can't. Um, yeah, that's some BS right there. Locking is a little important to once in a while. No, there's no story with this dude. I just made him just right now. Sketched it out. So I don't know why this one is not knocked down to 20, as I've said. So let me jump back in there. Of course, the cat's gonna give me grief because I'm talking on the computer. No, go lay down. She's just staring at me on the table, wanting to be involved or something, I guess. Go find your mommy. Go on. Gina, call your cat. Okay, so anyway. Oh, what's up? How's it going, man? All right, so back into it. Yeah, I've just been playing, and between Illustrator and here, I don't know why I don't work this way in Moho, but it made me realize, duh, because I use a lot of automatic, fill or auto stroke stuff like that to get shapes laid out. Not always, but I'll do shapes also with the add point tool and whatnot, and then do fills and shapes and stuff. So much a better way of doing this. In fact, I don't know if I can. I don't want to open Illustrator, but there's I was going to say an image that I was working on today that I might be able to show you guys, but I would have to open Illustrator to do it. However, what I have kind of been doing, let me just zoom in here now. I'm so lost in here now because I got used to Illustrator and I was so lost in there at the same time. So once again, I don't have, what do you call it, pressure sensitivity here in Moho because of the update that I have to figure out why. But that goes that way. But let's say this is his head, and I do this in other programs, and this is no big revelation or anything, but I'll go and throw in a color layer, and I did this a lot in like Blender, using like a grease pencil, and having a different color layer that is not connected at all to your inking layer. Why didn't I always do this? I don't know. But also, part of the reason is when you, say, just add in, and this is the way I was doing it in what you call it. The cat has really got my attention, unfortunately. But anyway, let me just throw out like a shape here, right? Let's say, and normally I would have colored this first. Let's just go with kind of a greenish, drab middle kind of color, and evidently I did not select my shape first for that. There we go. And yeah, I don't know why I'm a little off right now, guys. I apologize. So anyway, what I was doing, if I can even think, I was just coming in with the eraser and blocking it out with that and nothing else really. And because this is on a separate layer, obviously that's not going to hurt anything. And in Illustrator, you can select that leftover color area and just delete it. I haven't tried to do anything like that in Moho, but I don't believe you can do that unless you have a knife tool or something like that I am unaware of, which I don't think there is flat out. But you can use like the blob, I think. Does it have a negative version? Don't know. See, I have to go in and find out more stuff. And then, like I said, my little delay in my pin here is really kind of ticking me off now, so it's all rubbing me the wrong way today. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this at 0.01 and just kind of that pause. Well, why? I don't know why it keeps doing that. And I've restarted and it hasn't done it at all, and then all of a sudden now it's doing it. So one more thing to worry about. Anyway, yeah, so I've got this and relatively easy to throw out stuff like that, but this is it works really well. And let me adjust my opacity here for the moment. I will knock that back because I'm not using a tracing layer, obviously. But you know, well, hang on, I'm being stupid, aren't I? Let me cancel that and put my sketch on top. Duh. There we go. And anyway, so the head is there. What is this one? Let's get rid of that one. I don't think it's necessary. Oh, Lord. I think I put that white on the sketch layer. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so above my head layer, I'll just check out another vector. I now in what you call it? Man, my brain is so scrambled right now. Illustrator, and I'm not even reading your messages. It's so quick, so you can just bust out shapes, and they're all in there, and then you can adjust, really quickly. But doing it with the eraser is pretty cool, and you don't have to trace around. You could do it on a frame by frame layer the same way. Yes, you can actually use what I'm doing with the eraser on a different frame if you wanted it that way. But that's not all. There's a lot more to it. But you can do this again, like take the horn and just drop, with a obviously with the color selected. Let's just take something kind of along that line, and of course now you can drag out a circle, move this circle over, and then erase that circle. However, it needs to be done. The beauty of doing it this way is that you are constantly revealing the other layer. Same kind of thing here, which can be pretty handy. Get rid of all this. You can use a bigger brush, obviously, whatever it's going to make it work. But yeah, I've just been realizing, though, in doing things in Illustrator, that I can do the same types of things in there that I can do that in here. But there are a lot of really interesting techniques. Anyway, I'm totally like yammering and stammering on here. I'm just gonna draw. How's that? I think I'm just tired, man. Just tired. I hope that's all it is. Been having a lot of that today, though. It's kind of worrying me. Anyway, so the blob brush, I'm gonna just so the merge strokes, let's put all of them together, which they do have something like that in Illustrator as well, which is kind of like this scenario, because you can just draw 50 things over others, and you make this shape, of course, which is one of my favorite ways to work in Illustrator. And you come back in here with your eraser, and of course it cleans your crap up. So I probably should have done this other layer that way, but it doesn't matter, honestly, how you go about it. I had something very exciting to share, and I guess I can't even think about what it is now. Starting to worry myself a little bit here. Alright, so this one would go behind the head anyway. Let's redo it. There we go. I should have put the other shape on there. But you see, I mean, this can be a cool tool when you don't have a pausing pin to screw up when you're trying to draw. And, boom. Good to go. That, of course, will sit behind the head, and I don't know why it's not. So I'm going to take the eraser shouldn't even be needed if this is sitting behind the head. So let me figure out why that's the case. Horn, head, horn. Is that the right horn? It is. Why is that in front? Oh, because I have a color layer. That's why, you dork. I did that on purpose. So this goes behind the color layer, and you're good to go. I keep forgetting about that. Like, these horns shouldn't really be colored in my opinion. Especially because if you don't want this to look like this style. Now let me go back one more time and do it in the style I've been doing it in. I think that's what I was trying to get to. Delete these layers. So there's this is my head color. We'll just call it that so I know what it is. That's why I'm lost. Head and head color. Generally, I would stick those in a folder together. And just call it head for now. And the sketch always stays on top so that you can see it. And then, of course, I need to keep looking at my man, I've had a lot of it today. Okay, so with that head now, I'm going to make a new layer on top of that. And this, of course, will be my horn, right? But I'm not going to put color in it. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this. So don't do auto stroke and do auto stroke, but no fill. See what I mean? Just totally out of it. And so I'm going to draw this horn. You pausing piece of. And then, you know what? It's my smoothing that's doing it. I just realized that's probably what it is. It's taking time to smooth because I have it set kind of high. So let's go to freehand. Actually, I don't. Let's just knock that down either way. Reset everything, knock that down. I'm going to go ahead and put my little tapers off and not worry about opacity. But either way. So I've got that, and then I'll go back on a colored layer just because it looks better and you can do stuff differently. Add another layer here, put it behind that horn, and call this, God, why is everything running so slow? Let me turn this off too. Horn, our color. And like I said, you know, you come in with the blob, you can take off the merge is fine, no strokes on that layer though. And then once you get all your color in here, slow and it's still pausing. I don't get it. It goes in, but then you can still come in and move your lines around and stuff, which I think is going to be a big help. And this is still not the thing I was trying to talk about from before. This is just, you know, something I've started to do. You know, you can adjust all your lines separate from the color, which to me is really important. I wind up doing my color and lines together often. No more, even though this takes a little bit of time, I do all the drawing first, then go back and fill in all my colors. It's just smart. And another thing you can do here is that, let me think. If you want to do, oh yeah, like I want to fill this part of the body in real quick, check it. I can go here, make a vector layer for it. It is really running slow, guys. And go belly spot, let's just call it that. Belly spot, because I have all the original names. You can take that blob brush and let's go with that. Yeah, okay. And I'm just going to come in here and let's say it's, you know, it's supposed to look like this, and we're going to have it, all the outlines, you know, like this. And you're like, yeah, but how you going to fill all that in perfectly and stuff? Well, that's just something else I learned that was pretty handy. Is once this happens like so, you can come back here and grab like that, grab the inner line and delete the inner line, the whole thing fills in. Booyah! That is handy, just saying. Smoothing point or point reduction, yeah, that's true. True. But that, for one, is really, really handy. Because this way you can just knock your shapes out really quick and then go back and do your lines over the top. So that was my belly spot, and that's going to be on its own layer. And let's just do the body, you know, underneath that, because that is what would come next. Drag it, pull it down, and this would be body. And then now if I do this again using, let's grab that green is going to let me select it from this screen. No, it is not, which is always cool. You know, what's funny is I'm going to go and grab it off of my other monitor, which is displaying the YouTube broadcast. Anyway, so you can just come around and make the body now this way. Whoops. Without stroke and using, and you can use an autofill or whatever on this too, but I think the blob brush is really cool for this kind of thing, because now you can just go, come on, and everything I'm doing right now basically is acting just like an outline for the thing. And then when you go and put a stroke on this later, it has a perfect stroke on it if that's what you want. Just do some hairs off the side there. Look how nasty this looks, right? And I'm just going to kind of make a connecting line. When you go back here now and connect, and you click on that inside line again and delete, ta-da! I mean, that is an amazing help right there for myself. I mean, I'm kind of happy with that one. Another great way, let's add shading to the body. Super, super high-end tip here again is to select that that whole thing. Probably have to select in here the color or the shape, and I'm going to grab that and copy it and paste it as a well, another layer, quote unquote. And then you come in here with your shape, select the top color one that you just made, and make this like, I don't know, a step or two darker, right? So that should go darker. And then you come in with your eraser, and as your, this is just cool tip right here. Let me open up this a little bit. And as you just come in here and go and get rid of everything else. You like the sound effects, I know. And now you have shading on this layer for free. That just kind of makes your shading, and then you have that sitting there, and you can go back obviously and pull those points around, reduce the points, which obviously I would do here. But you get the idea. You know, you can draw in all your little hairs. Matter of fact, you can take your eraser again, put this like at a 0.01. And this is for speed. You know, I'm all about the getting things done fast. And let me go to the correct shape, this one, and then the eraser, and just come in here and start chopping out things that look like hairs, you know, to give that texture on here. Leaving, taking whatever you want. And, you know, it just works. I mean, it works. So that's a couple things there. You can obviously do the same thing with a highlight by going back and grabbing that same shape, the bigger one, and copying and pasting it again onto itself. In Illustrator, you have to actually do a special pasting that puts it on as the new top layer. In here, you do not have to do that. It does put it on as the new top layer. And then you can go in and select that new shape, which is now sitting on the top, remember, and then adjust the color of it, you know, brighter than the original green even. And then now you do the same thing for highlights. If you want to do it this way anyway, it's just kind of a fast way of getting it done. So if I up my brush here to be, you know, a brighter or a bigger size, come on now, where are you at? I can get rid of all this extra stuff here. It's moving really slow. And I can get rid of all that. And now I've got a little highlight over here if I want to tweak that around. However. So I don't know if that helps you guys, but now I have those shapes. And it was just super fast. I didn't even have to draw them, you know. They're kind of like cut out. You can do the same with a whole new piece over that belly part. Matter of fact, we can take this shape and you know, make it over the belly. It doesn't matter, right? So just cut this off, and you see the outlines are exact already. You don't even have to draw that because it's the outline of the original shape. So now if I make another vector layer here, you know, call this body shadow, and paste that back on, and put the color obviously into it. So we just do fill, create, and then I can go in and darken it again if necessary, which it will be. You see, you can knock this down below the other, and now we have, you know, that on top. It should be on top of the belly. Maybe that one didn't go with it, or, oh, my belly spot. So this has to be drug above. There you go. Done. So I don't know if that makes sense or helps. That's one of about 100 tips I have picked up just from working in Illustrator for the last day. Oh man, where's my brush? The cat really throws me off. This is why my brain doesn't work right, because when she starts her meow, it's just, I get completely just out of it. So yeah, hopefully that helps. You can take your eraser now and put this back on 0.01, and that's all resolution dependent, but yeah, come in here and chop some of this out now, and it'll take you back to that yellow layer because you're just minusing out of the dark green layer on the top, you know, like any other. So let's see. All right, man, cool. Take it easy. All right, so that's the kind of beginnings of my body layer. I think I'm going to steal my color from the main body and put it onto my head layer. Which should honestly be on the top. You gotta select head color with the shape. So you get the idea. Control V that, and good to go. All should be the same now. Anyway, just wanted to kind of share that, and hopefully it's a helpful tip for you guys. Yeah. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good one.